Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final round of the season here at Gavra Racing. The last two races of Tier 2 tonight around Azerbaijan, the track in Baku, here to settle some scores and some championships. Well, I say some championships, I mean one championship, which we're going to get onto in just a moment. But it's a delight and a privilege, as always, to be here and commentating live once again for the Tier 2 Championship. We've got 10 drivers in, I believe, for tonight, or 9 drivers in for tonight, which is a little bit lower than what we've expected, to be honest, which is quite a shame because we've had such a good season of attendance. But it just seems that in the last round, people have had some issues heading into tonight's race. But let's just go through these championship chat stand-ins once again, just to give you an update. So, Money Game is the champion. He won last week, and he has got 222 points. Frizzy Prism is second on 140. He is 45 points clear of F1 Dino. So Dino can still catch Frizzy, but it's a very, very tall order. The Steps is fourth on 85, with Denmark fifth on 83. Quite a fight going on to get the last spot in the top three in this championship. Have a little look further down in terms of the drivers just trying to fight in the rest of the top 10. You got Overwatch, who hasn't been in the championship for some time, but he's still 6th on 77. Spanel is 7th on 71. Moracom is 8th on 68. Finnutzen is 9th on 50. And Jay Evans is 10th on 47 points. Excuse me. Now, in terms of the Constructors' Championship, it's quite close between third and fourth, but the championship can still go down to the last race tonight here in Baku. Alfa Romeo on 247 points with McLaren on 207, so 40 points between them. And it has to be said that both McLaren and both Alfa Romeo drivers are in this evening, so we'll see how those guys get on. 40-point swing isn't impossible, but we'll see how they get on. Alpine and Haas are very close on 154 and 140, 14 points between those guys. Aston Martin are fifth on 80 points. So those guys look like they're all going to be in the same place. Both Aston Martin drivers aren't here tonight, unfortunately. I'm just looking through the drivers' standings. I don't think Red Bull are going to have any drivers in tonight either, so that's a bit of a shout. Well, Sick Boy's in, but Sick Boy, looking at it, would need to score 27 points to beat Aston Martin, so that's a race victory and a second place. Actually, no, it's not. It's a race victory. And then any position after that should be fine in itself. So all the pressure's on Red Bull and Sick Boy to try and get into the top 5 for that all-important Constructors top 5 finish. We'll see how everybody does this evening. Hello to everybody. Hello to Psycho. Good to see you. Money Game's got a special livery on, apparently, I think for his helmet, I'd assume. Tier 2. So we'll see how we get on there. Got 9 cars out on circuit for today's race. And 2 races, of course, around this circuit. 25%, both of them. And this should promise to be quite a fascinating race, to be honest. I am intrigued to see how everybody gets on. There might be some clear air today for the drivers to sort of concentrate and not make any mistakes about. Just looking to see, yeah, Money Game does have a new helmet for today. He's got a yellow and black one. I think there's a stripe of orange on there as well. So Champion has got his celebration started already. Both Alpines in tonight as well, so that'll be good to see for the Constructors' fight. Two McLarens, two Alfa Romeos. You got one Red Bull, one Haas, and one AlphaTauri. So Alpine will be hoping that they can outscore Frizzy in the Haas car. And he's predominantly scored most of Haas's points this season, to be honest. Coming down this huge straight here at Baku Money Game, just coming into turn one. He's got his teammate in front of him, giving him a bit of a tow. I have to say Money Game on the medium tyres, so he's not going to be at the... well, I say he's not going to be at the front of the field. You kind of expect our champion to be near the front, but he's going to be up against it to set pole position on those tyres. But no, Money Game, he's probably just getting his sight a lap in. The Steps and Dino also on medium tyres, so the guy's clearly feeling there's a bit more time to find in terms of using the track to get dialed in. That's who Alfa Romeo's running in strife, and Money Game's in the wall. Well, a bit of drama already. Our championship winner is already out of the session. Well, that is a bit of a shock. Denmark's in the wall. Oh, the two Alpines have crashed into each other. And Denmark's got a penalty, even though he was in the wall. And he'll start at the back of the... I mean, we've got 9 drivers in, ladies and gentlemen, which is a lot lower than what we've had this season, but we've already got the champion out, and both Alpines crashing at the castle section. Well, I wasn't expecting that. But there we are, Dino asking what's happened to Money Game. Well, Money Game's binned it out of the castle section, and Fake Knutson gets a lap in. It's a bit of a shock. Nobody was expecting that tonight. Fake Knutson then the only driver to set a legitimate lap time so far. Denmark's got no front wing. Spanel somehow managed to keep an end plate on his car. I don't really know how he's done that, but he'll probably go into the pits. And he is doing. So the next car to set a lap is going to be the Steps, who's avoided the walls. That's a 43.2 from him. What about Sick Boy? He's going to set a lap as well, and that's a 43.4. Mellow Bello gets the DRS wing wide open. And that's going to be a 43.7 from the AlphaTauri. Just waiting on Frizzy to come and set a lap time. He could get pole position here, and that's comfortably so. It's a 141.6. Money Game in the comments saying turned in too early. Yeah, his statistic of getting pole position's gone. Denmark saying there was a random car stuck in the castle section. It wasn't random actually, Denmark. Money Game had crashed, and that was that. Crashed into the castle section. You can only get one car through there, and that's probably what caused you to go into the wall as well. So drama already. I wasn't with 8 drivers left in our session now. We've got 5 cars who've set a lap time, 2 seconds covering the top 5. Dino's just coming out now. Oh, Dino almost hitting the wall. That was very close for Dino at turn 15. Denmark saying, can we get those 5 places removed then? I don't know, to be honest with you, because of how the game works. Probably not. Not that it was your fault, because it was your teammate who hit the back of you, but I don't think there's any other way that it's going to be able to work. I mean, in an ideal world, we could set the grid after this session, but I don't think that's going to happen. But Dino's on a lap. Let's go on board with Denmark. Still commenting, of course, but Dino, he's into turn 1. And then into turn 2, down through the gears. Oh, he runs a little bit wide. Misses the apex at turn 2. It's another straight then, right up towards turn 3. Dino building up to over 200 miles an hour. On the brakes hard, down into 3rd gear. Just about hits the apex, has a little rub up against the wall. And then down to 2nd gear for turn 4. A little bit of a kick of oversteer for the McLaren driver. And again, another braking zone into third gear for Dino. Third gear down to second for turn 6 in the car. Rear end just sliding a little bit, but he's fastest in the first sector according to the timing screens. Now, one of the trickiest corners on the circuit, turn 7. He's done well to navigate that. It's very easy to get suckered in. Then the castle section. Claimed a few cars already, but nicely done from the McLaren. Into turn 12, the left-hander. No more curb there, of course, in this game. Completely flat at turn 14, which is here, and then down through the gears again into turn 15, right up against the wall from the McLaren, but using all the road and more. Penultimate penultimate corner, realistic. Oh, I think Dino's just invalidated his lap. I think he ran wide. Oh no. I think he has invalidated his lap. Yeah, he has. Yes, he's now coming into the pits as Dino. So he was on for a good lap then. Another random comment in the section there from some odd website. I'm not saying it is odd, it just looks a bit odd. So we've got 9 minutes to go. We've had yellow flags aplenty, we've had invalidated laps, we've had cars in the wall. And despite all of that, Money Game, despite being actually out of the session, is still 6th. Money Game saying, I am stupid, which is obviously a reference to Charles Leclerc when he did the same thing a few years ago. It's easy to do. Denmark putting his foot down. I'm just looking to see, is Denmark going onto a lap or is he finishing one? It looks like he's going to finish one. It's a 42 flat. That's a nice effort from Denmark. He's put himself on the front row, but he's got to find 4/10 to the Haas of Frizzy Prism. Fake Knutson is also on a flying lap. He's 3rd currently. There's a yellow flag in front of him, but that's just Frizzy getting out of the way. So the Alfa Romeo just building up through the gears into the section. Wow, that was close to the wall at turn 8. A couple of short shifts from the Alfa Romeo. The remaining one left in the session. He's got to fly the flag for the Sauber Run team. Down through the gears into the left-hander at 15. He's done well. A little bit of a kick of oversteer. And again into turn 16, the final heavy braking zone of the track lap. And it's purple in the second sector from Fake Knutson. But these are big commitment corners now. Ah, that was close to the wall from the Alfa Romeo. We pan out to the wide shot. The DRS is going to fly open now, building up towards 220 miles an hour for the Alfa Romeo. It's a 142.1. Half a second quicker from Fake Knutson. See who else, just looking to see, the Steps is on a lap. Denmark's finished his, of course. Steps in 4th place. This is a big chance for McLaren, realistically, to outscore Alfa Romeo. They've got 2 cars still in qualifying. A 1-2 here would go a long, long way to bringing that 40-point deficit back. It's a purple sector from the Steps. In 4th place currently. The Alpine behind him on track is Spanel, who's just building up onto his lap now. But Steps has the DRS wide open. That flap you could see, it's going to be a 41.8. And that just puts him again in the front row, but Frizzy's first lap looking very impressive so far. Sick Boy on a lap, the Red Bull. The only Red Bull left in the session. Spanel is also on a lap 2 in 8th place, as is Dino. the Alfa Romeo Fake Nuts and just getting out of the way of Sick Boy. Let's see what this lap time is going to be from him. It's saying a purple second sector for the Red Bull. Sick Boy, he's never had a podium, but he's got a good chance tonight to do that. With a limited number of cars running, but you've just got to beat what's in front of you. It's looking like a decent lap from the Red Bull. It's going to be a 42.5. That puts him within a second of our pole sitter. I think he'd be quite happy with that. And Frizzy, well, Frizzy goes even quicker, a 140.9. That's impressive from the Haas driver. Dino, that's a nice effort. The two McLarens are 2 in 3 then. So that would be a good haul of points if they finished there. Still waiting for Spannel to get his lap in. There's 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Hello to Natty G, who's just joined us on the Twitch feed. Hello to everybody who is watching, and a big thank you to our sponsor for this season, 3DPrinting4u. It's great to have them with us on board. If you want to get yourself some architecture to throw in your room of your favourite circuit, go and check out their website. It's great to have them, and lovely quality made gear as well. As Spannel goes to 6th place. Nasty saying, is there only 9? Sadly, yes. Just seems that we've had a few disappear tonight. We had quite a good run of it, but it seems tonight just got a few missing, which is a shame. It's been a very popular league, and tonight is certainly no reflection of the championship. We've had a lot of drivers involved this season, but tonight is a bit of an outlier. The Steps has just said, I'm too careful, I should just send it. I think you should, realistically, the Steps. I think you should go for it. You got nothing to lose. You're 3rd on the grid. At worst, you probably end up maybe outside the top 5. Fake Knutson looks quick today. Denmark's right in the mix. You know, Spannel's there too. Sick Boy's not far away either. I think Sick Boy's gone for another lap actually on the same set of soft tyres, and I'm not quite unsure why. Denmark's saying his wheel disconnected 2 corners. 2 small corners before the straight, so the left-right kink at 18 and 19. That's not an ideal place for your wheel to disconnect. He should have just about enough time to get back out. Those that are still in the pits need to kind of get a wiggle on, really, because not long to go in the session. Sick Boy is still on a lap. He's in the 2nd sector, the Red Bull. Steps has said he's going to go for it. And Sick Boy has now backed out of the lap. I find that odd. I thought Sick Boy had enough time to get round, to be honest, but his qualifying's done. He'll start no higher than 7th. He's got Milo Bello, who we haven't actually mentioned so far tonight, in 8th position. I don't think Frizzy, well, I was going to say, I don't think Frizzy's going to have enough time to get out, but he has just left. Spannel is still in the pit lane. Dino is coming out as well. It's very tight on time, but he's got enough. I'm looking to see where Spannel is, and it won't let me select him. And he's not going to get out in time, I don't think. So the top 4 all on out laps. Fake Knutson, though, the man currently on a flyer, as is Milo Bello. Fake Knutson further into the lap than the Alpha Tauri driver currently. Fake Knutson 3/10 up in the 1st sector. This is a good lap so far. Alfa Romeo springs its way towards turn 7. Down through the gears for the number 12. He's got to get that line right into the castle corner. Wow! Fake Knutson runs it so close through turn 8 compared to everybody else. This is a man trying to uphold Alfa Romeo honour. Completely flat for him at turn 13. On the brakes down into turn 14 through 15. Oh, kick of oversteer over the curb. He's done okay though. Down through the gears. He's lost a little bit of time as Fake Knutson going into turn 16. He's up on his lap. It's good enough for fourth. But can it get him into the 41s? That is the question. It all comes down to that exit out of turn 16. Just having a little scan through. DRS wide open for the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what this lap is going to be. Bello not improving, and Fake Knutson does go fourth. But he's not challenging the two McLarens. The Steps is also on a flying lap. Frizzy, our pole sitter, is on a flying lap. Most of the top five now are all going for it. Don't think Milo Bello's improving, actually. I think he's coming back into the pits lane, so no improvement from him. Now, the Steps is improving in the first lap. He said he was going to go for it, and that's what he is doing. The McLaren man looking to find some time. He's got Denmark just in front of him, a nice reference point for somebody to go and chase. Into turn 8, approaches Steps. He's got to try and push that car through there. He has done, but he's kind of offline. Into 10 and 11 and 12. Not the smoothest run through there that you'd want. He's got to get turn 15 right. These two left-handers completely flat, no problem at all. Down through the gears, on the brakes. That's nicely done from the Steps. Denmark's improving. This is a good lap from the Alpine in front of him, as is the Steps. He is going for it. He's half a second up almost. So these two, Denmark and the Steps, both improving on their laps so far. Denmark up by 4/10 almost, and the Steps almost up by half a second. They're both going to improve, but will it be enough to get them in front of the cars ahead of them? Here comes Denmark then towards the line. It's a 1:41.6. It's in front of the Steps. I think he's going to beat that, and he is. He's up to second. Now, Dino, I think, has invalidated his lap, you know. He has indeed. Apart from Fake Knutson, it is going to be Frizzy Prism on pole position, who is improving. According to the Delta, he's going to go even quicker. The Haas driver, oh, even faster than that. It's a 1:40.6. That is a marker to throw down. The Steps were saying he's still too careful. Well, his lap's done enough to put him in the front row in front of his teammate. Not by much, but just by enough. Excuse me. But that is a qualifying session over and done with. Denmark saying he's going to start last, and that is true, unfortunately for him. If he'd have qualified third, he wouldn't have been on the back row all by himself, but alas, he needed 2 and a bit tenths. Just waiting for Dino's car to get collected into the pits properly. There we go. So these are the 9 drivers then for the start of the first race of the evening. We're going to see shortly. Frizzy has got pole. The Steps and Dino are second and third. The two McLarens nearly 3/4 of a second behind the British driver, though. That's going to be a big gap to pull back. Denmark is fourth, but he will drop down the order. So you'll have Fake Knutson in 4th place, Spanel in 5th, Sick Boy starts 6th, Milo Bello in 7th. Money Game, despite not doing a lap at all, will start 8th, and then it will be Denmark, the Swede, down in 9th place thanks to his grid penalty, which, being honest, is quite harsh. Dino saying that he was up by 3/4 of a second and then lost the back end of the car. He thinks he could have got pole position. Well, we'll never know. Let's see how the race gets on. Now, critically, for anybody who wants to win this race, the start is going to be vitally important. Money Game down in 8th. He's got to work his way through the pack. Not that there's many cars in the pack tonight, but he's got to work his way through, and a little bit of time might just give drivers like Frizzy or the Steps, or maybe even Dino, a chance to just work their way ahead of Money Game. But we'll see how they do. Denmark saying he needs all 8 cars ahead to make it through the castle section. Although Denmark starting from the back, he probably doesn't want any incidents. Right, okay, we've got the 5 red lights here for the first race of the evening here at Tier 2. And the race is live. Here we go then. Towards turn one they come, and Frizzy is going to have the advantage into turn one. The two McLarens going side by side. That's Spannel going very deep at turn one. And Money Game's up to fifth already. So a great start for the Alfa Romeos. Oh, Spannel and Money Game running very close together. Denmark trying to go up the inside of Sick Boy. Didn't quite pay off for him. But a great start for the team, and Money Game up to fourth already, using those soft tyres. Is right in the wheel tracks and the diffuser of F1 Dino. Psycho asking what the pole position time was. If you'd have asked that earlier, Psycho, we could have told. I think it was a 1:30. I want to say, yeah, 1:30.9. 1:30.6 from Frizzy it was indeed. I'm following Money Game though. He's right on the back of Dino. He wants to use those soft tyres immediately whilst the medium runners get up to temperature. Oh, Dino a bit deep. Money Game's going to look to the outside, but yeah, he's going to back out of it into the castle. Wow, Dino is having a shaky opening lap. And this is perfect for the Steps and Frizzy because they're just pulling away from Dino already. 1.5 seconds the Steps behind Frizzy at the moment. Dino is trying his most to stay in front of Money Game. That's not a normal overtaking opportunity into turn 16. But already, Money Game 3 seconds behind Frizzy. He'll be delighted with the start. Now, Dino is going to be under pressure here because Money Game is under the slipstream. He's under the diffuser. I don't think there's going to be much that Dino can do about it. They're both blasting the battery. The Steps is trying to give his teammates a bit of a helping hand, but that's not going to work. And Money Game moves up to third. But don't rule out Dino trying to send one up the inside, which is exactly what he's doing into turn one. And he's going to go through. Wow, they give each other just about enough room. They're not conceding at all. Who's going to be bravest into turn two? They both are. A little bit of a tap of the wall from Money Game. They're both on the battery still. This is great racing from the two of them. I'm following it on board with Fake Knutson because these two are still side by side at turn three. And they're still giving each other just enough racing room. This is unbelievably impressive. Now down into turn four. Again, no contact. This is great to watch. Dino's going to have the inside at turn five. This is going to be hard to go through side by side. Dino might have to give this up. Money Game gives him a little bit of a nudge and he goes through. Well, that was a good few corners side by side. Look at Fake Knutson trying to go through at turn seven. That is brave. Oh no, that was absolutely stupid. Dino's facing the wrong way. I don't know if Dino's got damage, but I think Fake Knutson had to back out of that one, and unfortunately he didn't. Promotes everybody up, but Dino's not going to be at all pleased. Just looking to see if he has got any damage on his car. Looks like it's all intact, but we'll wait and see. But thanks to all that fighting, Frizzy is 3 seconds clear of the Steps. He's then 4.5 seconds clear of Money Game. Fake Knutson's at the mercy of the two Alpines. You got Milo Bello and Sick Boy all together on track. But Dino is going to be quite annoyed at that. But currently, the two Alfa Romeos are outscoring the McLarens, and if it stays as it is, it will be the championship in the constructors for Alfa Romeo. And I think then maybe everybody will think about going home and packing it up for the last lap. Dino in the pit, so he did get damage. Unfortunately, the McLaren driver in that incident with Fake Nuts, it's a new front wing and a set of hard tyres going on the McLaren. Meanwhile, Fake Nutson's got a queue of cars behind him. 4th through to 8th all together on circuit. Oh, Spannel running a little bit wide at turn number 4. He's just about got away with it. He has got his, fortunately for him, he has got his teammate behind him. But Denmark looking the quicker of the two at the minute, and Spannel's almost lost the DRS, which is not what you want. It is now active on this lap. As we watch the cars feed their way through the castle section, Spannel's really struggling here. And I think Denmark will be on the phone to the Alpine management team saying, come on, let me through. I'm quicker than him at the moment. Don't forget Denmark did start in 9th place, but he did qualify 4th, so he's clearly got some speed in that car. We go round turn number 16. Denmark within a second of his teammate. Oh, Spanel's really struggling. He's got a lot of understeer in that Alpine. I wonder if there's a... wonder if he's got a bit of damage or something, because that car is looking very understeery at the moment. Denmark closing the gap. I don't think he'll be close enough at turn 1, and the answer to that is clearly no. Milo Bello keeping up with the two Alpines. That's what we're watching currently. Sick Boy in 8th place. Just trying to hang on to the coattails of this group if he can. Now, this time around, Denmark, this should be a copy-paste move. For the night it is indeed, and Spanel lets his teammate through. Denmark up to 5th, the Alpines swapping places. I wonder if those soft tyres are already starting to suffer a little bit with thermal degradation around here. That's one thing that the soft tyres do have problems with around this circuit. They do tend to overheat. It's very much a traction-based circuit. I know there's a lot of straight lines, but there's a lot of braking zones and slow corners around here, so the cars aren't putting much wear on. Well, they are putting a lot of wear on the tyres, but they're putting a lot of pressure into the compound and the slower corners of the braking zones that we have here. Money Games within a second of the steps, though. Hopefully we can cut forward from Gav. He has done indeed. And you feel that Money Game should be able to get this move done. He's in the slipstream of the McLaren in front of him. He's using a little bit of battery to go on through. I don't think the steps will mind too much to let this overtake go. He is on what would be considered to be the better strategy of the pair of them. Money Game's moved from 8th place to 2nd with that overtake. Everybody a little bit further back, just shaping away from one another. And the steps can't quite have an attack on Money Game. He's lost a lot of time already just in those couple of corners since he got overtaken. Money Game's now going to try and close that gap down to Frizzy, who's 5 seconds clear. And the Haas driver will be outscoring Denmark and Spanel provisionally. Denmark and Spanel getting 22 points between them. Frizzy getting 25 and fastest lap point, if I'm right in saying. Yeah, it is. So outscoring them by 4 in the Constructors' Championship fight. Oh, Spanel's in the wall at the castle section. Well, it's before the castle section. We've got a safety car here in Baku. He lost it. I think he's just I did say Spanel was struggling with understeer at turn 7, and that's where he's gone off to the right-hander before you brake for the left-right of the castle section. I'm just on board with Dino's going to be the happiest man in the field. He'll be chuffed with that. Frizzy will be a bit annoyed. But Spanel's just understeered, I think, into the wall. And unfortunately for him, it's just not worked out at all. Well, now Money Game will be happy as well, because he'll be thinking about going into the pits, as is our race leader. I think everybody's going to pile into the pits. It looks like they are. And they are indeed. Everybody going into the pits. I wonder if Milo Bello's going to carry on. He is. I wonder if Milo Bello's going to get in front of Money Game here. Frizzy's out in front. He's got the hard tyres on. And Milo Bello is up to 2nd. He decides not to pit. And that's a car between Frizzy and Money Game. Frizzy on the hard tyres. Not ideal. Frizzy would not have wanted that safety car. It's a bad time for him to have to come in. Everybody else on the hard tyres. Money Game on the mediums. And those tyres should comfortably last to the end. Well, they should last to the end of the race. Steps almost understeering into the wall at turn 3. And Spaniel saying he lost his front end plate. I thought he had a bit of damage. He was understeering a lot through this race was Spaniel, and unfortunately that has ruled him out of the rest of the race. He's understeered into the wall at turn 7, and there was not much he could have done about it. So unfortunately, the Alpine is our first retirement, down to 8 cars, with a third of this race done so far. Money Game saying he knows who was at fault there between Dino and Fake Nuts, and being honest, from my perspective, that track, turn 7's not a corner where you can overtake around the outside of. But we'll let the stewards decide. I can speculate as much as I want, but it makes matters not realistically. So the safety car leading the drivers down the main straight. Let's just take stock of where we are. Frizzy Prism leads the way. Mellow Bello is second and not pitted yet. He's decided to go for a gamble. Everybody else behind him has, but Money Game is on the medium tyres. Don't forget, he started on the softs. The early safety car has benefited him. Let's go on to that strategy. Steps runs in 4th, Fake Nuts and Denmark, and Sick Boy 5th, 6th, and 7th on the hard tyres. And Dino, who will catch the pack, will be on brand new, fresh, medium tyres. So that's a delight for him. I'll be very pleased. But we are under safety car, and Dino will catch the queue shortly. Now, as I was saying, one of the key points that I'm looking at here, with Spaniel out of the race, Frizzy in 1st, Denmark in 6th place. Frizzy will be outscoring Alpine in the Haas by 18 points actually, as it stands, and that would put Haas in 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship, so a lot to play for. But we are still in the safety car. Dino has caught the safety car, so I do hope that the safety car decides to come in at the end of this lap. Not getting... here we are. So we are going to go live running once again here in Baku. And Frizzy will be the man to slow everybody up, the remaining 8 drivers in this session. We'll see how they do, and I think Frizzy's going to hold them up for as long as he possibly can. And I'm going to ride on board with Mellow Bello. He's going to sit with Frizzy. And Mellow Bello is watching the Haas driver get his tyres fired up to temperature, which he has done, and they've got a good start. Frizzy gets away then towards turn 1. They fly again as we resume on lap 8 here in tier 2. And it's Frizzy who leads them into the corner. Fake Nuts are very close to the back of Steps, not quite close enough. Oh, Denmark's run into the very deep at turn 1. He's dropped down to last place. And the Steps has run wide. I think Milo Bello and Money Game had a bit of a wobble there, but Frizzy is leading the way. Money Game up to 2nd then, and he's got 1.7 seconds to make up. Further back, Dino and Denmark side by side. They make contact, they survive it. Milo Bello's round. Man in 2nd place isn't anymore. The two McLarens are 5th and 6th. The Alfa Romeos are 2nd and 3rd. And this could just solve the final championship standings in terms of the fight for manufacturer's crown. Oh, Fake Knutson running a bit deep. The McLarens have just swapped places. Bit of an odd one. Lots of action already here in the opening 8 laps. Despite only having 9 cars competing overall tonight, there's been a lot going on. The front two have already got away from Fake Knutson. He's 3 seconds behind Frizzy. Those hard tyres for Fake Knutson clearly taken a little bit of time to fire up. Oh, and Steps has slowed right down. I wonder if he's let Denmark through. I wonder what's gone on there. Steps has... Looks like he's struggling to put the power down. I'm not sure what's happened to the Steps, but he's 2 seconds now behind the rest of the pack. Sick Boy running in 4th place though, whilst all this has been going on. What a drive from him so far. He'll be delighted with this. A Red Bull is trying to find a moment, and the Steps is in the pits, and that I wondered what had gone on. Oh, new front wing for him. I think Melo Bello's going to get a new set. Oh, he's got a time penalty as well as Melo. So it's a new front wing. Is that a set of softs going on? It is for the Steps. And now he gets released. A new set of softs for Melo. I wonder if the Steps had a penalty to serve as well. I didn't actually catch that. If that was the case. But we are at half race distance, and Frizzy leads. Money Game 2nd. Sick Boy now has the attentions of Dino and Denmark behind him. Sick Boy certainly hasn't been the fastest driver tonight, but it does not matter at all if you're keeping it clean. Bountiful amounts of opportunity for the drivers tonight to take advantage of mistakes. But Sick Boy doing a good job under pressure from Dino, who is on the quicker tyre. He's going to want to try and get past the Red Bull as soon as he can. Oh, Dino runs wide, picks up a time penalty. Despite most of the track being covered in walls, Dino has managed to find a way to pick up a time penalty. DRS now enabled on this lap. I've got to say, the Red Bull looks very quick in a straight line. Money Game not making the inroads on Frizzy as I thought he would be. I wonder if he's just trying to get his tyres to the end of the race. But we do have DRS enabled now, so Dino will get the chance to open his rear wing for the first time since we had the safety car, thanks to Spannell's accident. He's going to close that gap right down to the Red Bull, but he won't be close enough for a move into turn 3. Down the main straight in the meantime, just watching this in the background. The Steps has just overtaken Melo Bello into turn 1, and that is Dino overtaking Sick Boy. That's a good move. Oh, they're side by side though into turn number. Whoa! Big snap of oversteer for Sick Boy, and he's just about going to hold Denmark off. Dino runs deep at turn 7. That corner, I did say in the qualifying build-up that corner is very, very difficult. Not easy to navigate at all. But Dino gets his foot down. I think Money Game's had a little mistake out on circuit, you know. Because he's now only a second and a half in front of Dino. He's over 7 behind. And he's going to let his teammate through. I wonder, has Money Game hit the wall, or has he just had a moment on circuit? I wonder if he, or maybe is he going to try and help his teammate for the constructors? DRS, Money Game carries on. And Denmark goes past Sick Boy for 5th place. So Denmark putting his car into the top 5. Only 16 points lost to Haas, so it'll be 2 points between Haas and Alpine in the final race in about 20 minutes time. The group all quite close together. I wonder if Money Game is just going to try and help protect here. But at the moment, whilst I had a little breather there, we do have still a good fight for the top 3 places. Frizzy is off and up the road. He's just got to keep himself sensible now. 7 laps to go. And Money Game, I do believe Money Game's working with Fate Nuts, and I wonder if they're just working together to just keep Dino behind. In fact, Dino's going to start coming under pressure from Denmark in a minute. Yeah, Money Game's definitely playing the team game here. Just protecting his teammate. At the moment, Alfa Romeo are on their way to a Constructors' Trophy. Dino just can't quite get close enough, and Money Game playing the tactics nicely here. Now, Denmark looks the quickest of the lot here. He's very rapid so far tonight. He just hasn't really had the opportunity to showcase it. What he'll want is he'll want to try and get past Dino if he can, but the problem that he has is, of course, that Dino has DRS on Money Game, and I imagine that Money Game will just want to try and keep Dino there so that he doesn't lose DRS and allow Denmark to go through, because I think Denmark will have no fear at all in trying to pass the 2 Alfa Romeos in front of him. Dino, though, still maintaining that gap in DRS. He's just closing it down into turn 16. I think Money Game's just stroking the car along here, doing exactly what he needs to do. And that's causing Denmark a lot of grief. He can't get close enough. Oh, Fake Knutson running very close to the wall at turn 19. Money Game is not really, yeah, exactly. He's just looking, look at that, look what he's doing. He's just, oh, wow. I was going to say there was a battle going on, but unfortunately that's all gone to pot. Denmark runs into the back of Dino, and that signals the end of that fight. And I think Money Game will probably just say, okay, fair enough, I'll just let you through. I'll go back through now. Denmark is going to get a penalty for that, and McLaren's charge for a championship is going to end, I think, here. Unless we had another safety car, I can't imagine it. And Sick Boy is up to 5th place, thanks to all of that. And all the Alfa Romeos have to do is to run in formation for the rest of the Grand Prix, not make any mistakes, and they should all be good. Of course, we are still here in Baku. We've got another race to go after this tonight, later on at 8 o'clock British Standard Time, 2 hours from now. We will, of course, have Tier 1, a main championship fight going on there between the McLaren of Ben Roberts, who leads the championship by, I believe, 13 points from his only other championship rival, Born winner. And in the Constructors, Aston Martin are 24 points clear of McLaren in the inverse situation there. And they have a 50% feature race to complete. Oh, there's a yellow flag. I think Dino's gone off the road. He has gone off the road. And that's a VSC. A broken front wing for Dino. And a little bit messy. But the McLaren has broken his front wing and it's all gone from bad to worse for Dino, who was running in the fight to try and get onto the podium, but Denmark has also dropped behind. Sick Boy in the midst of all that. I didn't quite see it. I was too busy watching what had happened to Dino. But Sick Boy in 4th place. And Dino getting a new front wing. Oh! Denmark's got a drive-through penalty. As has Sick Boy. And Dino has now retired. And if my mathematics are correct, regardless of whether the steps finishes, I think Alfa Romeo are crowned Constructors Champions. Now, Sick Boy and Denmark have got a drive-through penalty. The steps is certainly not out of this in terms of getting 4th place. These two have both got to go in the pits and now serve it with 4 laps to go. We've had so much drama. With 9 drivers, now that we've only got 7 left, of course. Well, the 2 closest cars on circuit are the 2 Alfa Romeos. Denmark and Sick Boy are going to have to go into the pits as and Sick Boy spun. And broken his front wing for good measure. And it was going to be a best result of the season for Sick Boy, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case now. This is now a matter of survival for our driver. Milo Bello's got no front wing, I've just noticed. I wonder if Money Game will decide to just go for fastest lap at this point, because Denmark's going to come in, serve his drive-through. Sick Boy's going to come in and serve his drive-through. And I wonder if the steps is going to ramp his way up to 4th place. Sick Boy gets an additional time penalty to go with that, and that is the steps. Oh, it's going to be close on the exit, but that is the steps into 4th position. I wonder if Money Game would try and do that, try and do something a little bit different. Denmark saying he got a penalty for no speed, and even though he wasn't. Well, I've heard there's been some glitches in this game. Sick Boy's served his drive-through. Milo Bello is serving his penalty and then getting a 5 full tyre change. But the man at the front of this race, Frizzy Prism's going to be delighted with this. He's nearly 15 seconds clear. He's running a race that he wants to run. And I'm wondering, Gav, do you want to call this double points? Call it quits? Because there's a double points it, call it quits. Because I don't know how many people are going to be wanting to finish off the last race of the season, to be frank. I could be completely wrong. I know that both Alpine drivers will want to carry on. We've got 2 laps to go after this. We've still got another race to come. Money Game has overtaken Fake Nutson for second, so I wonder if Money Game is going to try and put some distance between himself and the steps. He goes past his Alfa Romeo teammate, he's up to second. I think Money Game is going to try and burn off a bit of battery. I wonder if he's going to go for it. Just looking at the gap, he's 20.8 clear of the steps currently. It'd be a bit of fun if he were to do that. Now Sick Boy has decided to pit. I wonder if Sick Boy, is he just serving his drive-through penalty? Let me just check if he is. Yes, he is. So that's the Red Bull serving that. Milo Bello's going to go. That's going to be very close actually between himself and Milo Bello. but he is just going to be in front of the AlphaTauri. So there could be a fight on here at the end of the race. You got Sick Boy and Mellow Bello fighting over 6th place. Will Money Game pit though? No. He's decided not to. He's letting his teammate back through. And he's just going to have some fun, I think. They're going to pass and repass his teammate. Sick Boy and Mellow Bello together on circuit at turn number 5 and 6. They're coming towards turn 7, which has claimed a driver already. Oh, Sick Boy. Wow, almost hitting the wall at turn 7. That was lucky. If anyone does crash out now, by the way, no safety cars. It is the penultimate lap of the race. 94C, Fake Knutson, staying in front of the Alfa Romeo, and he is Alfa Romeo teammate, which he has done. Denmark's come into the pits. He's just going to go for fastest lap now. I wonder if Sick Boy also got a penalty for speeding when he hadn't, because him and Denmark have kind of flown by the wayside in this race. I might have mentioned it a few times already. I'm going to keep mentioning it, but Money Game and Fake Knutson together on circuit. I imagine now if Fake Knutson and Money Game, if Money Game's not going to go for the pit stop, he's just going to try and toy with his teammate and then overtake him on the last lap. Frizzy's out in front, comfortably in control. He's got no problem there for him. I think, Gav, the question should be asked in the Discord, do we want a second race? Our race director, he'll probably want to, we all want to do another round, but I think with the amount of drivers that we've got left in the session and the constructors fight being sewn up, I wonder if Money Game's going to give us a bit of an exciting finish. I wonder if he's going to wait just to try and sneak it on the line past his teammate. I think the answer to that question is yes. Can Mellow Bello get past Sick Boy on circuit for 6th place? I know that Sick Boy's got a 5-second time penalty, but Mellow Bello, his teammate JMB Surreal, not here this evening. Be really good to see a top 6 finish for Mellow. He's right there actually with the Red Bull. Hopefully Gav can hear me, because we're looking at I'm looking at the fight between Sick Boy and Mellow Bello currently. I know that the other guys are halfway around the track, but the AlphaTauri is going to be right there. Ooh, not quite close enough into turn 1. Frizzy is just a couple of corners away from celebrating a first victory for quite some time. Ooh. But we are going to cut it back to Frizzy, because he's driven brilliantly tonight. He might be up against a dilapidated opposition, but he had to beat Money Game, and he was able to do that. He broke his spirit. He's been on a platform of his own. He's going to coast over the line. Here's your race winner for tonight. It's Frizzy Prism. He takes a victory. Now we cut back to Fake Knutson and Money Game. This is where it's all going to be about. A run to the checkered flag. Let's see if anything does happen here. Fake Knutson's just weaving all across the road, and they're just going to run in formation. It's going to be Fake Knutson in P2 then. Money Game finishes third. The rest of the field are just going to run where they are, but it's Mellow Bello and Sick Boy I want to watch here, because these two having a fabulous fight over 6th place on the last lap. Even if Mellow Bello doesn't overtake Sick Boy, he'll still been a good fight. Steps is crossing the line, he's finished. Denmark is also round the last corner safely. But Mellow Bello all under the rear wing. Oh, he's got a chance now. He's all over the rear diffuser of that Red Bull. He takes a tighter line through turn 18 and 19. It should be straightforward enough for the AlphaTauri. It's going to be. Nothing that Sick Boy could do. Milo Bello is going to get it on track. It's 6th place for the AlphaTauri. Well, that is the Constructors' Championship won for Alfa Romeo. They'll be delighted with that. Money Game wants another race. I think it's up to Gav. I'd assume we're going to have another race anyway. So that is the first race of the evening. Run and done. Here we go. But it is Frizzy Prism, the man in form, who takes a victory. Fake Knudsen in 2nd place. Another podium to go with his good season so far. Money Game in 3rd with Steps and Denmark 4th and 5th. Milo Bello 6th. Getting past Sick Boy on the last lap. He was 7th. Dino and Spannel retiring from the race. They won't score any points. In terms of the constructors' fight at the moment, there are just 2 points between Haas and Alpine. Dino getting a bit frustrated about the accident between himself and Denmark, saying that it cost us the chance for constructors. Being honest, I think it would have been very tough even from that position. I think Money Game knew exactly what he was doing. Denmark saying that during the virtual safety car, Sick Boy overtook him, And then both of you were given penalties. That's a bit of an odd one. It was a bit odd, but I wonder if that might have had something to do with it. Maybe the game kind of glitched out. Looks like the drivers are saying they want to do another race, so I think we're going to go. It will be a 25% race, of course, so it's going to be a little bit shorter for drivers. And we are getting ourselves readied up then. This is great to see. We're really good to have another lap, another set of racing here at Gavra, Tier 2, the last race of the season then. We will see who is going to take the final pole position of this championship. All in it for fun. All in it to try and put their name at the top of the timesheets. We do have a one-shot qualifying and then straight into the race. And we're going to get this action live for you here at Gavra. Not sure if the weather is going to be much different from the first race. Certainly qualifying won't be. It's a little bit overcast compared to what we saw earlier. I don't think that's going to be an issue realistically for the drivers, considering how cold it is currently in the UK. I've put my blanket on. And Money Game is already trying to do the team orders. He's trying to get Fake Nutson another win. Should be 2 wins for Fake Nutson, which should be impressive this season. So here we go then towards turn 1. They fly, and it's going to be a blast to the line. We won't know who's going to be the fastest. We do have Joss in. He's decided to show up, so Joss has decided he wants to be part of the fun. So far, so good. It's Frizzy at the top of the timesheets currently. Joss has decided he wants to get involved. But Frizzy's going to be, looks like he's going to be at the front. Heading towards the first sector time, which you're going to see in a moment. We're just going to come up to that now at this corner. So very close between Joss and Frizzy, actually. So far, everybody has got a lap together thus far. We are coming into the castle section though, so everybody's got to be careful. Joss still at the front. Don't forget, Joss, a former champion, of course, of Tier 1. And Fake Nutson's out. That's not ideal. Money Game is retired. I wonder if the Alfa Romeos are going to go for something a little bit different for this final race. I wonder if they're going to have some fun. But Frizzy and Joss are really going for this for the final pole position of the season. It's going to be a final blast to the line, but Frizzy and Joss are so close together. This is all going to be about who's got the quickest car in a straight line towards the checkered flag we come. Who's going to get pole? Oh, it's going to be Frizzy, and Joss retired at the end of the session not to get involved. Well, so Frizzy takes another pole position then tonight here at Azerbaijan. Dino is second, but the McLaren's over a second behind the man who's been absolutely on it tonight. Then it's the 2 Alpines, 4th and 5th. So Alpine not giving it up at all in terms of the constructors fight. Sick Boy and Mellow Bello are the only other two drivers to get a lap in. And then the Ferrari powered cars of Joss, Money Game, and Fake Knutson retiring. Denmark saying he locked up in 3 corners, not ideal. I think Sim Frieden is actually Fake Knutson, to be honest. I can't quite tell. But he's saying he's going from last to first. I'd assume that'd be the case. Dino's saying, can they still beat us? Knowing the antics that Alfa Romeo are up to, who knows at this point. Money Game saying he's starting from the back again. He loves it. Money Game, just let us know. So, do you know what, Sim Freedom? I know you're Frizzy Prism. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that, but there we are. For anyone who's there, can we just let us know what the weather's going to be like? Actually, never mind. We're going to go into the race for the final time then in Tier 2. 10 cars are going to go for it. And the race is live for the final time of this season. Frizzy Prism's going to be in the lead into turn 1. Spaniel trying to challenge the 2 McLarens. Frizzy Prism's gone off the road. Has Frizzy done that on purpose? Yeah, he is. So the 2 McLarens then are at the front of the field. Both running the medium tyres. Well, let's see how we get on. I'm just a little bit stunned by that. 2 McLarens then, P1 and 2. Spaniel up to 3rd. All sorts of chaos and carnage. Wow! Spaniel's got that all wrong and put steps in the... Oh, dear. Sick Boy's up to 2nd. Well, Spaniel got it all wrong. Denmark's up to 3rd. Ooh, Money Game's now up to 3rd. I have no idea what's going on any more in this final race of the season. It's going to be a bit of a fun. Denmark drops down to 6th. So, Dino is in the lead of the race. He's 2.5 seconds clear of Sick Boy. Might I add, is running in the top 2. It's great for me. I love to see drivers up near the front who aren't normally up there, but Sick Boy is the man at the top of the unexpected aisle. 2 Alfa Romeos are 3rd and 4th. Joss is 5th. Denmark in 6th place. Frizzy's up to 7th after going from 1st to 10th to 7th. Then it's Spaniel, then it's Milo Bello, and then it's the Steps, who's going to be a bit annoyed from his move that got him thumped into the wall. Money Game, though, is getting ready for this. He wants to get on with it. He's going to go past Sick Boy and into 2nd place. And Joss is trying to go past Fake Knutson. He doesn't quite have the straight line speed. Oh, hello. Almost 3 wide down the main straight. Denmark's got a quicker weapon on him than anybody. It's on the outside line. Fake Knutson. Oh, that was very close between the 2 of them. Fake Knutson's going to try and break a little bit later into turn 3. He's going to go through. He runs deep, but he keeps the place. Joss has to sit in behind. There's a big fight going on. Spaniel's there as well. But everybody who's anybody is having a big battle. And Denmark, oh, he tried to go through, but Fake Knutson undercut him. Oh, Joss trying to go for a gap that wasn't there. Or rather, going for a gap that was always going to close. Denmark can smell a race win. But Dino leads the way. He's 2.5 seconds clear of Money Game at the minute. Everybody just navigating their way through the castle section. They've done so. I'm impressed with Sick Boy, though. He's still quite clear of Fake Knutson and Denmark, so he's just trying to stay away from that lot. I mean, could we see a podium for Red Bull? I mean, that would be so cool to see. Whoa, Fake Knutson has got a... Whoa, in the background, Steps and Milo Bello are both nearly following each other into the wall. But we've got a nice fight going on here in the final round of the season. Everybody just having fun and going for it. Now, Joss is right with the Alpine. Frizzy Prism is right with the Ferrari. And Fake Knutson... Oh my goodness me! How close was Denmark to the wall? Frizzy Prism going for the inside. That's not going to work, and round he goes. Well, he won't be pleased with that. Oh, Frizzy, but he got it all wrong. And he's down to last place. And Fake Knutson wants to get back past Denmark, who just can't seem to cement this position. Here comes Joss past the pair of them on the outside at turn 3. Fake Knutson trying to hang on. Oh, a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. Fake Knutson still on the outside line at turn 4. Joss isn't going to let this one go, and then there we are. I'm going to be honest with you, having watched this tonight, Fake Knutson needs to back out of moves in the nicest way possible. He's a good driver, but those type of moves, that should fall on the responsibility of the car who's on the outside line. That's my personal opinion, but Fake Knutson's been involved in 2 of them tonight already. What this means then, incredibly, Dino still leads the way, Money Game's in second, Sick Boy is third, and he's 3 seconds clear of the 2 Alpines. Now Alpine could get the championship back here. They're currently 22 points, Frizzy's on 1. And the gap between them tonight was 2 points going into this race. Alpine can win this championship here in terms of the fight for 3rd place in the Constructors. Well, well, well. DRS, don't forget, is now enabled. Money Game has absolutely done everything he can to close that gap down to Dino. Forget just closing the gap down, he's going to try and go for the lead. On the outside for the race lead. Oh, that's a lovely setup from the Alfa Romeo, and he goes through. Milo Bello goes past Fake Knutson. And Frizzy Prism goes past Joss. And Fake Knutson re-overtake. I am impressed with Fake Knutson's switchbacks though. They are working out really well for him. Dino currently in P2. Sick Boy in... Oh, we got a yellow flag for a slow Ferrari. I'm not sure what's gone on. Joss, no stranger of course to Tier 2. He knows how to race in this league. He had a big fight with Ben Roberts for the championship a few seasons ago. Never seems like such a long time ago, that does, but Joss knows how to win races in this league. And he's 15 seconds behind our race leader, so I wouldn't rule him out. But the front 2 having a nice fight currently. Sick Boy running in 3rd place. The 2 Alpines are 4th and 5th. Running those soft tyres. The Steps is there as well. Frizzy Prism is trying to make his way back up through the field. In 8th place. Dino still within a second. But having said that, oh, Milo Bellows in the wall. And that's a VSC. That's a good time for people to try and come into the pit if they want to do so. Let's see if anybody decides to do that. We've only got 9 laps to go. Yeah, our front 2 are coming into... Way, Dino carries on. Money Game goes for the pits then. Sick Boy also comes in, as does everybody else. Well, Spannel doesn't, he carries on. Sick Boy slowed right down then to make sure he didn't get a penalty. Oh, Sick Boy just about gets in front, he should be all right. In the pit lane, but he stays in front of Denmark. I think Sick Boy's got the wrong tyre on. I'm fairly certain he was running mediums. And he's got a new set of mediums. Well, if that is the case, he's going to be very disappointed with that. So, an update on the situation. Dino and Spannel didn't pit. They're running P1 and 2. Fake Knutson's in 3rd. He didn't pit either. Money Game, the first at the pit. Oh, Milo Bello's got a time penalty. We are green again here at Baku. Money Game's got a brand new shiny set of soft tyres on. I think Sick Boy has put the wrong tyres on. But we will see. There is a big fight over the rest of the spots here then at Azerbaijan. Frizzy Prism down in 8th place. The Constructors is going the way of Alpine. Oh, we got a 4-car fight for 5th between Sick Boy, Denmark, the Steps and Frizzy. Joss is a bit further back. I'm not really sure what's happened to Joss. Frizzy just tapping the wall there. We are going to watch to see how these guys get on. So it's going to be Sick Boy. He's going to be under threat and vulnerable to Denmark. More than vulnerable, actually. He's going to go through. And I think Sick Boy might get overtaken by the steps as well. Yeah, not much the steps. Well, the steps are going to go through. Not much really Sick Boy could have done about it. He's going to be under pressure from Frizzy on the inside. And his dreams of a third place finish might have just gone by the wayside, sadly, for the Red Bull. Steps goes past Denmark, 5th place, using the soft tyres to good effect. I think Frizzy wants to try and do the same move. That's not... Ooh. Denmark's just keeping his car there. Half the race gone, half still to go. Dino still leads the way, but he's going to lose the race lead when he pits. He's got to hope for a safety car. Ooh, Frizzy almost into the barrier at the castle. Frizzy, oh, there we go then. This is not an overtaking spot! And those two end up in the wall. Frizzy, well, lets him go, but he accidentally lets Sick Boy go as well. Oh, who's... Fake Nutson's crashed out. Fake Nutson has crashed out at turn 18. He's on the inside of the wall. Dino will be delighted because he's got a free pit stop. Spannel will as well. Money Game also comes into the pits for a new set of soft tyres, so Money Game's just decided he wants to have fun. Well, well, well. New set of mediums go on Spannel's car. Is anyone going to be close enough to get the lead of the race? I'm wondering if Denmark will be. He's going to get past his teammate, and the two Alpines are second and third. Everybody's just gone in for the pits. A new set of tyres. Frizzy's getting serviced. He's going to come out in front of Sick Boy, though. So the two Alpines and Mellow Bello are the only drivers running the medium compound. The safety car is out. Well, considering this race is seeming to be a bit of fun now, I can't call who could win this. We've got a bit of time before the other drivers catch up with where they are in terms of the gap to our Mercedes safety car currently. This is where we are currently. Now, Mellow Bello will not catch the safety car in time, so we'll have another lap and then it will be a sprint to the end. I'm not really sure what's going on there at turn 1, but Spannel and Money Game briefly swapped places. Just 5 racing laps of our season here remaining. And who will take the last victory? There's a lot going on here. So we around turn 15 here, we're going to see the safety car surely come in. And there it is. There is the announcement from the team at the FIA to say that the conditions have been satisfied. And Fake Knutson, causing that safety car, has brought out what could be a blockbuster of a finish. We've got the 2 Alpines running the medium tyres and Milo Bello. Everybody else on the soft compound strategy. We will see in a moment who calls this right, but Dino must be fancying his chances of a race victory, which he hasn't done for a long, long time. And he goes now. That's a good restart from him. He'll be happy with that one. Denmark will be under a little bit of pressure from his teammates as they go towards turn 1, but they are all together. The Steps looking at a move at Money Game, but he wasn't quite brave enough. The Spanel's going to go for this. These Alpines have got to work together. They want to outscore Frizzy for the Constructors' Championship for 3rd place, and they can do that, but they keep fighting. They're not going to have that. Dino, a second almost over and up the road. Money Game trying to go around the outside at turn 3. Spanel just gives him the door. But Money Game fights his way through. Oh, Spanel. Oh, that's not a type of me. Oh, and then everybody is round, and the Steps just cannot buy any form of luck tonight. Unfortunately, the Steps has just been caught up in an incident which he'll be just annoyed by. Broken front wing, his race is done. So after all that chaos, Josh is now up to 5th place. And Josh, our Tier 1 champion previously, is going to be looking to try and go further up the field if he can. A Money Game, oh, this is going to be close. This isn't an overtaking spot usually, and Money Game makes that decisive pass. Oof. There's a bunny hop through turn 16, but gets away with it. And Denmark, I think those medium tyres are just not going to be quick enough with everybody else on softs. And Money Game knows that he could get a race win here. Dino's 2 1/4 clear. Steps is just cutting corners really to just try and get to the finish. Now will Denmark try and make a lunge? Josh has gone past Spanel for 4th. That's a big move, because that Ferrari will be thinking about going for a victory as well. 4 laps to go here. What has been a chaotic final race of the season here in Tier 2. Denmark, Steps has retired, and that brings his season to a close. He'll be disappointed with that. Josh wants to go through. He's going to have a very stubborn Alpine in front of him. Frizzy wanted to do a last to first challenge. He's going to have to do something special now, because he's going to find a big blue block in front of him. And Denmark is going to be so slow in the middle sector that Josh and everybody else is going to be stuck right behind the rear wing of that car. Money Game is within 2 seconds of Dino. The hunt is on there. We're going to have the DRS active on the next lap. Steps is saying he's not doing his interview typically because he speaks he'll get in trouble. I can understand that and appreciate it. But Joss all over the rear wing of that Alpine, and he goes on through. Frizzy goes past Spannel, so DRS is now enabled, but Denmark is only now just being overtaken by Joss. New fastest lap from Money Game. He's almost within a second and a half of Dino. Now, will Joss be able to catch them? 3 laps, 4.5 seconds. Don't rule them out. Yeah, everybody else, though, going to be in a big fight. Here comes Frizzy to the outside. He's going to go through before we even get to turn 3. Whoa! Frizzy's lost it. He got the rear tyres all locked up. And Alpine are going to snatch 3rd place in the Constructors. Oh no, Frizzy, what were you doing? It's all about the fun. But I think he would have secretly loved to have got 3rd place in the Constructors, considering he's done it all by himself. The 2 Alpines, unless they crash out, it is going their way. Sick Boy in the fight for 4th as well. And he's got the better tyres as well as Sick Boy, so he'll be fancying a shot at this. Money Game trying to get into the DRS window of Dino. This is going to be tight. Let's see. I think he's going to get it, you know. Ooh, this is going to be very, very close. Yeah, Money Game's in DRS range. And Joss is catching the pair of them. He's took a second out of them. Spannel is going to get overtaken by, or rather Spannel's going to overtake Denmark, I think, but Denmark's got a really quick car in a straight line. 2 Alpines side by side at turn 1. And Sick Boy's going to try and, ooh, he's going to look for a move into turn 2. He can't quite make it there. Frizzy in the pits, serving a penalty. He's going to go for fastest lap. That's what he's going to do. Now, Money Game and Joss are right. Well, I say Money Game is right with Dino. Joss is closing that gap down corner by corner. And Dino will want to try and defend as much as he can from the Alfa Romeo behind him. But the problem is that he's going to be joined by a Ferrari who is looking for a race win in Tier 2 for the first time in quite a number of seasons. Then there's the fight for 4th between the 2 Alpines and the Red Bull, the Sick Boy. Dino's gone out. Dino's been overtaken. And I wonder if his tactics are coming into play here. I wonder if Dino is trying to get the DRS. Oh, he's clamped the curb. That's not going to help him. And they're trying to play funny games, and Josh is going to be in the fight for the race victory. Well, here we go then. Lap 12 here at the final race of the season. DRS wide open in a moment for the McLaren of Dino and the Ferrari of Josh. Oh, here we go. The McLaren closing the gap down. There's a yellow flag for Frizzy. Here comes Dino towards the inside at the first corner. He goes through. Dino is going to be vulnerable into turn 2, but oh, they're slowing each other down. And Josh is going to have to try and react to this. They're both running on one another. And Dino's not got DRS, so Josh is going to go past the McLaren. Money Game defends. He swings to the inside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. These guys have got to be careful. Denmark's past Spannel. The 2 Alpines are side by side. Oh my God, the 2 Alpines nearly put each other in the wall. What is this final lap? Dino will want to try and hold on here. Money Game will want to take a race win to see off his championship winning season. I wonder if Joss has just overcooked his tyres a little bit. because Money Game is a second clear. Couple of corners to go. Money Game is just about hanging on. He's got this is the final braking zone in the whole track, and I think he's going to be clear. Sick Boy picks up a time penalty as we watch this. But I think that Joss is not going to be close enough. And I think Money Game is going to hang on for a last lap win. To round off the season, it's Money Game who wins, Joss second, Dino third. I think Denmark is going to hold off his teammate for fourth place. It's Alpine getting third in the Constructors then with Spanel fifth. Sick Boy will finish in sixth place. Mello Bello will serve a time penalty, but it won't affect his position. He's seventh. And I think Frizzy is going to get fastest lap of the race. Here he comes in Haas towards the start-finish line. And it is. Money Game, driver of the day. From the last row of the grid to P1, he takes the victory. He'll be very happy with that result. Let's run through these final standings then. Money Game takes the victory from Joss in second place, Dino in third. Denmark and Spanel secure third place for Alpine. Sick Boy in sixth, Mello Bello seventh. Frizzy gets a fan fastest lap at the end. The Steps ninth, and Fake Nutson in 10th place. Both of the bottom two retiring. Well, that sees the conclusion of our championship here. Dino disappointed that he's gone from P1 to P3 on the final lap. I think the drivers had a lot of fun there. And I think for tonight, that will be pretty much it. I can't imagine the drivers will want to join in for the interview, so I think we can wrap it up there. It was great fun. Really good to see 10 drivers in the end having a nice big scrap. And that's what it's all about for Tier 2. Just waiting to see what is happening regarding it. But in any case, for this season here with Tier 2, it's been a great championship to be involved in. Everybody's had a great time. I know that there's a couple of people saying to interview, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to actually. Because I've got a few things I've got to do between now and the last race of the season for Tier 1. But it has been absolutely delightful, as always, to commentate on Tier 2. It will be, for me, sadly, as well, my last time commentating on Tier 2 for quite a while. Some personal commitments means that I can't continue on for next season. But I know for a fact that if you're new to Gavra and watching tonight, Tier 1 later today will be as explosive as always. So please do check it out. I would encourage you to do just that. But for me, from Jack TM53 for Tier 2, that's all I can do for tonight. I am looking forward to seeing how Tier 1 gets on later on at 8 o'clock British Standard Time. But wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one and see you in just over an hour's time for Tier 1 here at Gavra Racing.